think, act, and prosper. You are now tuned into the Money Level Show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Money Level Show, where we think, act, and prosper. And today we're going to talk about a simple concept that was created by the great Albert Einstein, who had a famous quote that says, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it. Those who don't pay it." So when we're thinking about making interest or compound interest, we're thinking about our money compounding on top of each other, whether that's you are in a dividend paying stock and then that dividend paying stock pays you in dividends and earnings from the company. And then say your shares go from 13 shares to 13.5 shares. So you earn half a share from the dividends of the company. Then the next time those dividends roll around, it's going to pay you based off of 13.5 rather than the 13 shares that you originally had. And so this is like really basic concepts of like how money can compound on top of each other. And so we're going to talk about the rule of 72. What is the rule of 72 that was created by Albert Einstein? And so let's get into that. And so here's the rule of 72. So the rule of 72 is that 72 is a number that if you were to get a constant amount of interest on an investment, say whether that's a 401k or whatnot, say you're averaging a certain amount of percentage per year, and you were to use 72 and divide that by however much percentage that you were gaining per year, it will show you the number of years that it would take for your money to double, So if you had $1,000 in the bank, it would take and you were getting 1% on that money, it would take 72 years for that money to double around there. So it's actually, the math kind of gets kind of sticky, but this is a good ballpark number. Same thing with 5% and so on and so forth. So the equation works like you have 72 divided by the rate of return. So if you have your money in a 401k and you are like, hey, I'm earning about 8% a year, how long will it take for my money to double? So 72 divided by 8. So you won't do the 8%, will equal the number of years it takes for your money to double. So this will take about 9 years for you to double your money. And so whenever you're investing and you're thinking about how much money you have in your accounts and stuff like that, it's important to know this, that your interest rate that you are earning back, the average that you are earning back on your money is going to determine how much money you will have by the time you retire, or if you have any investment goals that you're trying to make. So you want to make sure that you're getting a higher return on some of your investments if you really want to reach those goals. And so, for example, when someone just puts their money in the bank, a lot of banks don't really pay 1% interest. But if that person is looking for a safe haven for their money, and they're like, okay, I'm fine with 1%. It takes 72 years for that money to double. So that's a long time, and that's a lifetime. And we know that life is short. In 72 years, some people don't even make it to 72 years. And by the time you're actually realizing this, like you may be like 90 years old or 100 years before you double your money. So you want to look at more investment opportunities that gain more percentage, because it takes less amount of time for your money to double and to work for you, especially with inflation. We've seen inflation is very hot. We've seen inflation is eating a lot of our pocketbooks, whether that be the prices of gas, the prices of Xbox, if you can't get it off from Best Buy or whatever. I mean, you have to buy it online for almost double the price. So these are things to really consider. So 72 divided by the rate of return equals the number of years it takes to double your investment. So this is a simple way to assess your goals and how you can reach those, and how much percentage you need to be making in order to reach those goals. And so I hope this was helpful today. This is just a quick video just to explain that. I know some of you may have heard that. You may have heard it with different companies that are trying to pitch something to you or whatnot, but it is a basic concept of finance. And so be sure to use this whenever you are thinking about, okay, well, I want to be here financially. How long is it going to take me to get there? So I want to thank you all for joining the Money Level Show, and you all have a good day.